like you said, I'm Kathleen, and I'm sure many of you are wondering what Miss Manners has to do with biochemistry, but I can assure you there is a link, and that link can actually help us have better tech meetups. Many of us have been to tech meetups that feel a lot more like going to your public library than a social event. You see everybody sitting around on their phone or computer instead of talking to each other. Alternately, you go, and it feels a lot like the first day of high school, with all the cool kids off on the side catching up with each other, and the rest of us kind of hanging off on the periphery. A lot of times, it's a combination of both, and especially if you're new to a specific meetup group, it can feel really awkward and make you even feel anxious. Think about it. You've had a long day at work. You'd rather be at home on your couch watching Netflix, and instead you're out at this thing, and you're feeling pretty stressed. Recently, I was referred to a TED Talk by Stanford psychologist Kelly McGonigal called How to Make Stress Your Friend. In it, she explains that fighting stress all the time isn't that helpful, and we should just accept it as part of our daily lives. I won't go into too many details, but I can tell you, you should watch the talk. It's really helped me out with a lot of things. And there's one particular thing that Professor McGonigal, sorry, I had to once, had to say that really surprised me. We're all familiar with this, the standard stress response where adrenaline and cortisol are running through your veins, wreaking havoc on your body, and your heart rate is going, and your brain's just rushing. You can probably hear that a little bit in my voice right now. But also, oxytocin is released when we're feeling stressed. Yes, the super popular cuddle hormone that people keep talking about all the time. Why is that? Oxytocin actually helps heal our heart and vascular system from the stress response. But also, when we're stressed, we feel vulnerable. And when we feel vulnerable, we naturally want to connect with fellow human beings. We want to feel like somebody's got our back. We're social animals, after all. And so a nice conversation, a handshake, can go a long way towards helping boost that oxytocin and making us feel better about our stress response. Don't worry, this isn't going to be one of those business leadership talks where I tell you that networking is super easy if you just go up and shake somebody's hand and ask them what they're passionate about, because that doesn't work for most of us. The advice I have really isn't even for everyone here. It's for those of us who organize meetups and attend the same ones on a regular basis. And it's the same type of advice that people like Miss Manners have been giving for generations. Little bit about me. For 2 years, I was the chapter chairperson of Democrats Abroad Germany in Munich. And a lot of what I did was organizing monthly meetings, as well as larger events, normally between 15 to 40 people, sometimes a lot more. I'm from the Midwest. My mother is a 1950s housewife. It's in my nature to want to be super nice. Essentially, I felt like I needed to be a good hostess in these situations. So I would keep an eye out, and when I saw new people arrive, I would go introduce myself, offer a handshake, make sure they had a name tag, and ideally introduce them to someone else there so they could continue the conversation. And I understand if you're running a meetup, a lot of times there's maybe more people than you alone can introduce yourself to, or something's wrong with the projector and you have to get that taken care of before you can get started. We've all been there. So I would rope in some volunteers. I thought I was just being polite, and that's why attendance and donations were going up. But I was doing a science experiment, and that connection helped give all these new people that hit of oxytocin, so they felt more engaged with the organization and wanted to come back. And I'm sure all you organizers know engaged people are also likelier to volunteer. It's great for you. So it sounds like a small thing. It might sound like a hard thing, but it's a thing we can all do to be more welcoming and make our tech meetups just a better place to be. And if all of that fails, take another tip from me. Host your meetups in a dog-friendly location and let the big brown eyes take care of welcoming people and acting as an icebreaker. So again, I'm Kathleen Burnett. If you want to talk to me afterwards, that's fine, or you can find me at Modern Clio.